Welcome to the video of need of messaging system. So in this video we will be covering why a messaging system, and we will discuss what are the problems without messaging system. Then we will cover what is a messaging system, types of messaging system, and examples of messaging system. So to demonstrate why we need a messaging system, so let's take an example of application 1, which is our desktop application, and application 2, which is our mobile application. So to connect these two applications we need a system. For example, we can just employ a database server so that application 1 will be inserting the data and application 2 will be the reading the data, and vice versa. So this is a very common and simple example in which we can connect two applications by the use of database server. So what is the problem in this architecture? So problem lies here only. So as you can see, so application 1 is continuously inserting the data and application 2 is reading the data. So it creates load on database. So we need a computation power to just insert and read the data. So this is our first problem. Problem 2. So as we can see that application 1 is continuously pushing the data to the database server in the form of insert statement, and application 2 will be the reading the data in the form of read statement. But how application 2 will know that data is available for reading? So to solve this problem, so we can make application 2 to read the data at specific interval of time. So let's say application 2 is now reading data at interval of 5 seconds. But it again creates a problem. The problem lies like if application 1 is not sending or inserting the data with the same interval. So now our application 1 is sending a data like at time 0, time 50. So this creates a problem of unnecessary reads and also time lags. That means if the data is sent by application 1 and application 2 may not be reading that data because there is a difference in times. So this creates another problem. Problem 3. So as we can see that application 1 is continuously inserting the data and application 2 is reading the data. So as application is inserting continuously, so it's a problem of storage space. So suppose we have initially the size of database is 10 MB and then application 1 start inserting, so obviously the size will increase to say 100 and then 10 GB in future. So for this we need more space, so we need more storage devices, and again we need more maintenance, and then cost will increase. So this is third problem. Problem 4. So suppose we have our front end application and we connect this application to the database server. For this we need a data pipeline, which is a connection link between front end application and database server. So in near future, if we deploy one more system like security system, real-time monitoring system, and also the chat servers, so we can see that as the number of system increases, so does the number of complex data pipelines. So we will be ending with this scenario in which we have many data pipelines and which creates complexity. So what is the solution for this problem? The solution for these problems that we have discussed is messaging system. So what is a messaging system? Messaging system provides a method of communication between the software components or application. So in this we have producers and consumers. Producer produces the message and consumer consumes the message. So in messaging system we have the rule of push and push rather than push and pause. So say producer will be producing or pushing the message, and messaging system takes the ownership of pushing that message to the consumer rather than consumer reading it. So messaging system is a peer-to-peer facility in which each client connects to a messaging agent which provides creating, sending, receiving and reading messages facility. So that's how it solves the problem of complex data pipelines. So now each system has to connect to only single agent rather than connecting to each system individually. So it also allows asynchronous communication so that the sender doesn't have to wait for receiver to process the message. So now producer can produce the message or sender can send the message, and then receiver can automatically receive it because messaging system takes the ownership of pushing that message to the receiver. That's how it solves the problem of time lag and unnecessary reads. So now once the message is consumed, so that message can be removed automatically. So we can set some properties like retention period, which controls like for how much time that message will be retained. In this way we will solve the problem of storage space by using the minimum retention periods. It also ensures reliable communication. So now your message doesn't get lost because of network failures. So as we have different system, and then those system uses different languages. So now the messaging system provides a common paradigm independent of those platforms and languages. So it's a common framework by which we can make a system which is very much reliable and will solve those problems that we have discussed. So these are the types of messaging system. So we have point-to-point messaging system and we have publish subscribe messaging system. Point-to-point messaging system. So in point-to-point messaging system, so we have only one producer and then we can have multiple receivers. So that's why it is point-to-point. And also if the message is consumed by a single receiver, so that message will not be received by another receiver. So it means we have only point-to-point connection, so in which only one sender will be sending the message and any of the receiver can receive it. But if one receiver received the message already, so that message disappears from that queue. So for point-to-point we use queues. So sender will be pushing the message to the queue, and from that queue receiver will receive it. The best example of point-to-point system is our landline phone call. So phone call is example of point-to-point. So next is publish subscribe. So in publish subscribe we take advantage of topics. So publisher will be publishing the message to the topic, and then multiple subscriber can subscribe to that topic so that they will receive the message produced by the publisher. So in this scenario we have one publisher and then we can have multiple subscriber, and rather than queues we use topics. The example of publish subscribe method is our radio, so in which we subscribe to one radio channel and then we can listen to it. So radio broadcast is the example of publish subscribe. Here are the few examples of messaging system. So like Dish TV is an example of publish subscribe. Chat is point to point. Order processing system is again point to point. Java messaging system is publish subscribe. Thanks for watching this video. So you can just download this presentation from my blog, The Cool Fox, and for more content like this one, visit my blog and YouTube channel. Thanks.